If you were a boy for a day, what would you do?
Oh, I couldn't wait to pee standing up. I would want to have sex with someone. I want to know what it feels like to always finish in sex.
And in my case, in 10 seconds.
What would you do if you're a girl?
I don't know, twist my nipples.
With men, though, sex has to be better because they're crazy about it. They would jeopardize like marriages.
Disagree. This is a myth.
Is it?
Women have higher sex drives than men. I've had the most inappropriate questions asked me. Like, did that show you up? Like, are you in therapy now? Like, how big's Dave's? Like, I've had people sit down at my table who literally just sit and I'm like...
Let's be honest, if somebody keeps getting let by other people to treat them like shit and nobody tells them, nobody puts them into line, they're just going to keep doing it. Like,
you know, hurt people, but there's always a reason why. But you realise, like, you can't fix people.
Do you think if you did celebs go dating, Elliot would get jealous? It's a cheeky question, sorry. Sorry.
Hey guys, and welcome back to the podcast hosted by two lovebirds, myself, Will Young, and my beautiful girlfriend, Jessie Wynter.
Today we have our first returning guest.
Woo.
So we had so much fun chatting to her last time that we had to get it back on. It's the one, it's the only, it's the icon from MAFS, Jamie.
I feel honoured that I'm the first returning guest.
I know, how cool is that? Jessie was having a thrill when she was like, yeah, I'm going to say the returning icon.
When I saw you in London, I was like, come on, she's got to come back on.
I know, now we've taken this relationship international.
I know,
that's
look
crazy.
At us, we're both here.
Yeah, we're going to get into that, talking about you coming to England and everything like that. But we don't need these questions, but we've got some like icebreaker little questions. Get your take on them. It'll be really fun, very tongue-in-cheek, so have fun with it, okay?
I always have fun with every question you throw my way.
We love that.
So the first one is, if you were a boy for a day, what would you do?
Oh, I couldn't wait to pee standing up. I would want to have sex with someone.
Really?
I want to know what it feels like to always finish in sex.
That's good. And in my case, in 10 seconds.
The best 10 seconds of my life.
I feel like with men, though, sex has to be better because they're crazy about it. They would jeopardize like marriages.
Disagree. This is a myth.
Is it?
Women have higher sex drives than men, for sure.
So why do they put so much on the line just for a little shag? Why is it so common that men will just ruin their whole lives to shag someone, but women don't?
Yeah, I think it's because of like, we have a lot more control. So even though like we have higher sex drives than men, it's so true because women just want to go all the time and the men's like, oh, I've got a headache or tired or, you know, can only go once a day or whatever is going on with them. But then they crave that spontaneity because like when men finally do get to have sex with you, it's like this excitement for them. But women, like, it can keep building and get better over time because you form an emotional connection where men aren't really about the emotional connection. They're more like that testosterone here. So they will go sleep with the ugliest woman and cheat on their girlfriend who's probably like a 10 out of 10 just to feel valued and feel good about themselves, and it's quick release.
It's just wild, the amount. Like, I'm always like, surely it has to feel better. Like, how could you jeopardize so much just for a little shag? Literally probably lasted 10 minutes.
Yeah. But if you think about it, like some of the most attractive women in the world get cheated on all the time. And it's because like when you're with a partner who like if a man feels like their partner is better looking than them and they're so glorified, especially models and stuff like that, they will go sleep with just like some just unattractive woman that's going to put them back on the pedestal so they feel more attractive and they will throw it all away, just feel good about themselves in that 10 minutes or 10 seconds.
Because they're insecure.
Yeah, it's validation.
Insecure men actually are the scariest things around.
They are dangerous.
They're terrifying.
Dangerous.
Don't let an insecure man get you down because they've got shit to work on themselves. You're not the issue, it's them.
Mm-hmm. It's always them.
What would you do if you were a boy?
Honestly, it would have to be definitely something with my willy. Like,
yeah, you have to have a play.
You have to have a
play.
Wait. What would you do if you're a girl?
I don't know, twist my nipples.
It's not that fun.
Twist my nipples.
You've got nipples though.
Yeah, I know, but I just...
They're not as exciting.
They're not kind of like pumped up a little bit. I think it would be fun. I'll definitely try and suck my own nipple.
Oh my God.
I don't... Well, to be fair, mine are higher. I've probably got a better chance.
I feel like I'd try and suck my own nipple. Obviously, I would fiddle.
Suck your own nipple. I can't believe you've just said that.
I would fiddle with myself.
If your boobs are maybe a bit like saggier and you can throw it back up, it might work.
Yeah. I reckon I could.
That
This is what
means
men think
that's
about.
entered your mind before. You've thought about this because I feel like that was a real
I've
quick thing to say.
I've already tried sucking mine and I can't get to it.
Interesting. I've never thought to suck my own nipple, and now I feel like I'm wasting time being
Yeah,
a woman.
you're gonna go home.
I'm going to see if I can even get it into my mouth.
And I think I would definitely scissor.
You scissor.
Yeah.
It so would not be as good as regular sex, surely.
No, probably not. But if Jessie's still a girl, I'd probably try and scissor you.
Okay, I mean, we can do that.
But then
At
apart
least
from...
she's still attracted
Just
to
let
me.
someone go down on you. Trust me. Like that's a good feeling. We've got like, I think it's like 7,000 nerve endings there compared to like a man is like only like 1,000 or something. I could be pulling these random numbers out.
Yeah,
I remember it was like one extreme to the other. Like it's super like ultra sensitive just in one spot.
Yeah.
See, this like gives further no excuse for men to excuse cheating. Like, come on, us girls are so great. Like the fact that we have so much control. We need a round of applause, us women.
Girl power.
Yeah, so don't cheat, Will. We're looking at you.
I was like, I haven't cheated, but I feel like it.
This is why you keep him in the farm. It's like population zero.
Because you two were like talking. I was like,
And he's like looking at the mailman, like, don't you dare.
yeah.
No, Will's trained. Will would not, would you? No.
I'm trained like a good boy.
That's why you're in the matching fits. Keep them on lock.
Yeah, of
Your
course.
sound.
Yeah.
Honestly, if I got a bad inkling from you, Will, it would be done because I actually do not waste my time with that shit.
That's so fair. There's honestly, like, once the trust is broken, it's kind of just done.
What's the
100%.
point? I feel like it just puts you through so much yourself. Like, if I didn't trust you and I was in a relationship with you, I'd be a pain in the ass for you. But for me, I'd always be like battling and talking in my head. It's just not worth it.
No.
If a man sends you crazy, get out.
I feel like I'm getting personally attacked for something I haven't done at the moment.
You're the closest man here that we can take all our anger out
It's
on.
like there's things going on at home with me and Jessie.
No, Will, you can just say preach.
Preach.
Yes, that's the energy.
Preach. I'm going to move it on to the second question. What is the most useless talent you've got? Can you fit your
You're
hand
so
in
funny.
your mouth?
I hate getting asked what are your talents because I feel like Kim Kardashian, I've got so many I can't even unpack, which means I don't think I've got any talents. I wouldn't even know. What's a useless talent?
If you can fit your fist in your mouth.
I can't do that. I can get one leg over my head though.
Oh, what?
That's pretty like,
I
that
know,
could be
yeah,
used for
sure.
something.
If I try to do that during private time, I'd probably like pull something or
Yeah.
like
You won't
break
get
myself.
hamstring.
But I guess that's like a useless talent.
Yeah. Can you
Yeah.
do that?
I don't know. I don't think I've tried.
What? How do you know? When did you try that?
You just don't try to put your legs behind your head every once in a while.
I can do like the clam with my tongue. That's my useless talent.
Oh my god! And there's a name for that. The
Yeah,
clam.
I think it's
looks
called a
like
clam,
it
yeah.
actually looks like a clam.
Yeah.
Did you know she could do that?
Yeah, she does it all the time to me.
Because you're looking at her like,
She would just come up to me and then do it. And I'm like, she's like waiting for me to go, well done, Jessie.
who doesn't love a praise?
Yes.
What is your most toxic trait?
Thinking I can change a man.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Is that motherly instinct?
Yeah.
I'm definitely an empath. So that's why I said when I was going on MAFS to the experts, like I'm a narcissist wet dream.
Mm.
Like literally because they'll tell me their sob story, their childhood, and I'll have so much empathy for that person. I can see past the fact that they're hurting me or this because I see like a hurt child.
And is it the sense that you want to like fix them?
Yeah, I think it's been romanticized so much. Like you grow up watching movies of like the bad guy who's with this like girl and then like he could have anyone but he chooses her and he in all this hurt he becomes this better person for her. So it's so romanticized and you're like addicted to that.
Yeah. Have you ever seen the Vampire Diaries?
Too many people kept dying on that show, so I was like,
But
I
it's
can't
a bit
watch
like
it.
Elena and Damon.
I was a Damon person.
Yeah, same. Yeah, I was.
It's just like Blair and Chuck Bass. Like you're like amazing. Or if like I love the after movies.
Yeah.
Like you're like, oh, like he had so many problems, but he changed for her. And you're
As
like,
well, if you're an empath, I always do this. Whenever someone does something wrong, I imagine them as like a child doing it wrong. I'm like, oh, it's just a baby.
yeah, you're just like, oh, but he wasn't loved as a kid and stuff like that. That's what I mean. Like
Yeah.
I make so many excuses because hurt people, but there's always a reason why. But you realize like you can't fix people.
Let's be honest. If somebody keeps getting let by other people to treat them like shit and nobody tells them, nobody puts them into line, they're just going to keep doing it. Like somebody actually has to step the foot down and not let them get away with it. So sometimes
100%.
it hurts, but it helps.
I'll be that girl. And you know what? On that note as well, I think all women need to stop faking orgasms. I think we spoke about this in the last
we
one.
did speak about this
and it's
last
like
time.
it's exactly that. Someone has to tell them.
Yeah.
How is anyone going to change? We need to stop it both ways. Like if a woman, again, is mistreating a man, vice versa, like behavior needs to be called out.
Yes.
Always.
100%,
Otherwise, if you keep enabling someone and validating poor decisions, it's just like the next person has to keep like paying for this, like all the mistakes of previous relationships.
Exactly. My favorite saying, someone's got to tell them. Like literally, if no one tells them, they're just going to go around thinking they're the best.
I'm always the person that has to tell people.
It actually does suck to be the person that has to tell people. And I feel like when I was younger, I was such a pushover. I never wanted to hurt anyone's feelings. But I just think sometimes you're actually hurting their feelings more if you're just letting them get away with it.
Also, if you really don't like them, it's kind of like, it's a really good kick to their ego when you're like, I felt better.
It was small anyway.
Is it in?
Oh, it's so cute. No.
So last time
I didn't know they were this small.
Last time we saw you was back in May. It was May, wasn't it?
I don't know.
Yeah, I
Fashion
think
Week?
so. Yeah.
May. What have you been up to? It's been, 3-4 months now.
Oh my gosh, should I have my social media? I can't even
You were
remember.
just about to get it back.
You were just getting it back.
Oh my gosh. It was so crazy getting social media back because I didn't have it for 6 months.
That is wild.
So it was like the floodgates
That's
opened
nuts. Yeah,
and it
that's
was like the
nuts.
DMs just went gangbusters.
Yeah.
And then like it was just
Did you read through your
crazy.
DMs?
I try to respond to as many as I can.
Yeah.
You just can't. You have to be honest with it as well.
like-
you feel bad, but
It's an impossible thing, but like a lot of people will message like multiple times. So even though I might miss the first 6 or 3 messages, like eventually like I'll see it and reply. Because I've always been really community focused. So that was like my most exciting thing, is to be able to like interact with everyone that like follows me. I get it. Like my DMs are like an advice column, I swear.
I love that.
I have so many people reach out to me and they'll be like, hey, I'm dating this guy. Can I have your advice? Or people will be like, you've given me the courage to leave this man. Or like you've given me the confidence to embrace who I am. So it's like, it's such a beautiful space, social media sometimes. And like my community is like my favorite community ever.
Nice.
Oh, that's amazing. That's kind of how you want it to be on social media as well. And I
Yeah.
really like that you've got like a purpose to your content. Like I love watching it. Watching you eating your McChicken burger
My
with your
McChicken.
makeup off, dancing.
I know. That's the thing. Like, it's such an engaged audience that everyone knows I'll get a McChicken. Everyone knows my stuffed toy is called Rara. People know like, oh yeah, like, is your dad gonna like send you to, the fruit and veg shop? And like, because everyone pays so much attention. And then all the trolls that I've like named along the way, they'll be like, oh, does Vanessa approve of this content? Or like, it's just funny. And they know my ChatGPT is called Cherries. Like, they're so, it's a cool community there.
That's really, really nice. How was it adjusting, getting your phone back and adjusting? Did you feel like you adjusted, or was it just really natural?
Was it like overwhelming at all?
At the start, it was like more, I think, exciting. It did get a bit overwhelming. And I felt like there were times where like some days you just don't feel like doing anything online. I feel like there was like more of an expectation, which was hard because like I'd feel bad if I sometimes I just don't have the energy to respond to my friends. And then I'm like, plus I've got all these other messages. And so like I'll try to like, it's like finding where to put your energy, and some days you're quiet. And then also like this whole like expectation to like post like TikToks all the time.
I know, it's
I
hard,
can't be
isn't
bothered.
it?
I just want to do it when I feel like it.
Yeah,
and I
nice.
think that's what you just have to go, I'm going to do this my way and not just do it how people think I should.
Yeah, because like, especially like posting, because we post a lot, it just like burn you out. It's quite exhausting. It's just a bit, because sometimes we have days and I'm just like, I actually just don't want to look at my phone or do anything on my phone.
It's a different type of fatigue, and I don't know how to explain it. I'm obviously so grateful for our careers. I think it's incredible, but you wouldn't assume by looking at it that it would be exhausting in this weird way. There's something about it that's just so mentally taxing. And I sometimes think, is it because it is all like numbers based and everyone can see, I guess, how well your content's performing. And I guess there's always this expectation that I could always do more. So when I'm posting on TikTok every day, I'm like, oh, should I post another video? If I'm doing something really fun and exciting, I'm like, oh my God, this would be such good content. But then I just want to enjoy the moment. So at the end of it, you do just get like this bit of, I get really exhausted. But I think it is like about finding that balance, I guess.
Yeah, I think some days I'm so into it. I'll have so much fun creating content. I'll be active on stories. I want to reply to everyone. Other days I don't feel like it. And I think it's just following that energy, not being too hard on yourself. But I think to your point, it's like enjoying the moment. Like I've gone to events where people are just making TikToks the whole time.
It doesn't seem fun.
And I'm like, I can't do that. Like I want to enjoy what I'm doing. Like I went to like a workout class the other day, and I get it, like a bunch of content creators were invited, but like I would just never think to bring a tripod and film myself doing the workout. Like I posted like a story and I called it a day, but you're like, it's a commitment. Like people are filming themselves everywhere. Doing everything.
Some people are hustling, and even brand trips, sometimes you think it's going to be like, woo, so much fun, but then you get there and no one actually cares about having fun.
They're there to get their content. Things to do. And I feel it's like that way now because a lot of like hotels I've stayed at like are gifted, which is amazing. But like, you're relaxing, but you're also like, I've got to get this, I've got to film this, I've got to film this. And like got to get it done before I leave. And so like there's that added pressure.
And you don't it's not like you can actually just switch off and wind down. You had like, because that is on your mind, you can't actually relax.
Yeah, you're like, I've got to, 4 more stories to post. Oh, I've got to make sure I film this. And so it's like weird. All the like time that you're supposed to spend off now becomes work because that's when the more work. If you travel, then there's even more expectation to post.
100%. When we first came off and we did all of our travel, we were going crazy. We were posting like 4 TikToks just on the way to the holiday. It was like, we were really good because it was filmed in a very relaxed way, like not aesthetic. We ain't aesthetic. But like it was like a marathon, and I think now with our holidays, we're just like, we're actually not going to do any content this holiday.
I don't know how I did it. I looked back and I'm like, what was I on? Like I was like, I can't even do that now. Like what the hell was I talking about? Like it was nuts.
I think there's like sometimes it really like energizes you, and it can be something so exciting, and you'll do this and that, and it's like, oh, I love it. Like I also feel like you guys are so lucky being in a couple. Like when I'm around Elliot, we find it so easy to smash out content.
Yeah, 100%.
Because it's like you're getting energy off someone else. You both kind of have the same, like, I guess, goal is to build your platform. So it's easy. But when you're back to by yourself, it's like.
Especially when you're out and about as well. Because I'm like, don't look at me. If I'm on my own, I'm like, no one, look at me. Please. Just everyone turn around and walk away. When like we do it, I actually don't care. Like I'll make as much noise. Like
film each other.
It's so weird.
It's not embarrassing. But then when I'm on my own, I'm like, get ready with me to work on the train.
Yeah, you feel so silly. And also I feel like even when you're like with someone else who doesn't create content, like even asking my sister, which is so weird, like because she's not in content making mode. And it's just like sometimes I could grab her stuff and she's like, oh God, like another thing, or like can we go here? But yeah, if I'm like with Elliot or anyone else from like MAFS, it's just like everyone's always like,
you smash it out.
This is really nice. Oh, give me the camera. Let me get this of you. Or let's both do this together. And you kind of like, it's like so much easier.
Yeah.
So much easier.
100%. We're very lucky to have each other.
Yeah. So you've been in London now almost 2 weeks. Is it almost 2 weeks or is it about 2 weeks now?
It'll be 2 weeks in a couple days.
Okay. Woo. And how are you finding it? Because is this your first time?
It's my second time, but I only came for like 3 days in 2018 and was in Wynter.
Oh, okay.
So it was a really different vibe.
Yeah, so you're getting the summer vibe.
Yeah.
How are you finding it? Are you loving it?
London is really cool. One, I love English accents. So it's just like, I love when it hits my ears. It's just...
You can't love all English accents because I don't love all English accents.
Look, there's some accents I don't really love, but they are entertaining.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, someone came up to me who was Scottish and I was struggling to understand. And I was like, And it didn't help that he was quite drunk as well.
Oh, yeah. It's
But
worse,
like he was talking to me, and where it's like we had this massive language barrier. I'm like, we're both speaking English though, and it's like, why is this so hard?
Yeah.
But like the London accent is very like very chill.
Yeah.
It's not like a very strong accent. It's quite posh.
Mm.
But it is quite crazy here.
Mm.
But it's a lot of fun. Like it's beautiful as well.
It is really beautiful.
Like it is stunning. No one is talking about the architecture, how well maintained the streets are.
The fact that this is just normal for them to have those beautiful buildings that are that high and they're just like so old and like cute looking.
But they're so well maintained.
Yeah.
It's not like these dumps. And it's like I expect to see like more graffiti and trash because it is such a big city. Because like even like Australia is quite clean for most part, but it's like, why do we have so much graffiti and everything and trash everywhere? Like London's better maintained than Australia is.
I can't believe that. I thought Australia was really clean because sometimes I walk in London, I'm like, oh, it smells a little bit.
I mean, I guess like in the nicer pockets.
Yeah.
But like I was quite surprised with how clean everything was. And like, yeah, it's so stunning. And again, it's like one thing that we miss out on in Australia is like we're missing this level of like VIP and luxury. Like in Australia, you can get into anywhere you want. Like the nicest restaurants, you can get into their events. You can be like no one and still probably get into it. Like here, it's like there's like this whole different level of VIP. Like even like the whole like red carpets and stuff like that. Like this whole world that just doesn't exist.
Something that I found when I was in Australia is when I went to a pub, I was like, oh, I don't know if I want to eat there because I don't think it'll be very good food. Because here, it's like certain pubs, the food's like real pub grub, really bad. But then, do you remember when we were in Taz and I was like, oh, no, I'm not too bothered about eating. I don't think I'm going to eat, but the food was really good.
At the pub. I think the food is amazing.
The food's pretty good, yeah. I heard here there's like a gastro pub and it's supposed to be like a really good pub. Like there's like Michelin star pubs, but I'm like, I don't know why they call them gastro pubs because like that sounds like you're going to get really sick at these pubs. But apparently there's like Michelin star pubs that are a bit further out, like more countryside. I'm like, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. I feel like I've not actually had a proper pub meal here.
You've never been to a proper pub here?
No,
and you live
I've
here?
been to
Yes, you have.
the Aikman.
I don't feel as bad for not going to a pub yet.
No, I've never been to a pub. I like burrata and sushi and stuff.
I'm an Italian food girlie for sure.
You have gone to pubs.
What one?
I don't know. Like
We'll
pubs.
take the girl to a
meal.
pub.
I've gone to pubs.
Do you know my issue is I only like a chicken palmy at a pub. I'm not going to a pub and getting a fish and chips. That's just odd to me.
I don't eat
That's so
fish, but
English.
like it is English, but I don't eat fish either. So I'll be like,
Yeah, but like I would just get it from a fish and chip shop, not a pub. So I like a palmy. If there's no chicken palmy on the menu, what's the point in a pub
they
meal?
don't have palmies here.
No.
Certain places, because Jessie actually got a DM saying, oh, we got palmies. Do you want to come and taste
It's
it?
like no, too far away.
Yeah, I mean, I'll have a plain schnitzel, but like, yeah, I don't mind pub food.
Have you gone out drinking?
Have I gone out drinking?
Yeah, you could party.
Absolutely, I've gone out drinking.
How have you found that?
I went to a place called The Box.
Oh yeah, that's wild.
The things I saw in that place. Oh my gosh.
So The Box is, for anyone that doesn't know, is this really exclusive place in London. You kind of have to hand over your phone. It's almost like invitation only. Otherwise,
Unless you
I
pay
didn't realize
a
how
heap.
exclusive it was, really.
The Box is really exclusive.
Like
Not
Harry
anyone,
Styles, Dua
not any-
Lipa,
yeah.
when
No
famous people come to London, that's where they'll go.
That's where they go. Or like the tables are like 20 grand, like stupid money.
Well, I didn't pay for it,
No,
clearly.
No, yeah.
I had to move in there.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, no way.
Very, very VIP.
I should have said thank you a few more times then.
Very, very exclusive. Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I had no idea. Like my sister knows someone who lives in London and she was like, oh, like let's go meet some of my friends. And we went to like this restaurant, which was really cool, Shanghai Me or something, just opened up in Hilton. Stunning. And I was like, I walked in the place and I was like, wow. And they're like, we're going to go to The Box. And I was like, what's The Box? And they're like, it's an experience. We'll get a table. And I was like, the things that they were saying that were going to happen, I thought they were just trying to like wind me up and like make it up. And I was like, surely not. Like, surely it's not like going to be that bad. And then we get to this place and it kind of like what I would imagine a brothel looks like. It was like, like super dark and red and, there's like men with nipples covered out and in their undies and like women in their undies. And I'm like, all right, let's have a good time. Let's turn up. And then a show starts.
Yeah.
I know. What is the show? The show just like, because everyone's drinking, like having fun. And then like everyone just turns around and watches the show.
The show's on. And then you're like, okay, like you've kind of got like a stripper vibe going, two girls like topless dancing. And I'm always quite like enamored by strippers because you're like, wow, the things that they can do, I wish I could bloody do that.
Yeah.
And I'm just watching like, cool. And there's this woman that's singing, you're like, great. And then there's a bit of a fire showing, like, great. And then it just goes so south so quickly.
Yeah.
And that seemed to be the theme of it's like, oh, okay, like, wow, excellent.
Everyone
and then
clapping,
it's like, what did I just watch?
What was the craziest show that was on that night?
So I actually like had to turn around because I was like, so there was this
I feel like we had a similar one.
Like chick with a dick.
Yeah. With the huge boobs.
Huge fake boobs. And that was the whole, because he was in the first act and I like had a towel covered and another towel covered. So shaving, then all of a sudden, whoop, there's your penis. And then the reveal, got tits too. And you're like, okay. And then pulls a massive dildo out of his ass that he was sitting on the whole time. And I'm thinking, how didn't it come out of your mouth? And I was like, sure, like
how big we talking? Like
it was like this. And I'm like, surely this man just did an illusion act on us. Cause like, how could that have been up his ass the whole time? Then he came back at the end of the next act. And this one I had to keep turning around because he was like, drinking, spitting it out into the crowd. I'm like, I'm going to get pink eye for this. And he had this pizza, rubbing, like, again, like, got all undressed. It was like, turn around and he supposedly shit on the pizza.
He did a shit when I went as well.
And I'm like, I don't know if it was real. I don't know. I just turned around, saw it, and then he like rubbed it into his face. And I'm like, oh my gosh, Toto, we're not in Kansas anymore. This is wild. London is wild.
Yeah. So the first time I came to London, I was with a group of girls and they were like, we've got to take you to the best place. So they took me to the Box. And this was on a Thursday night as well. I thought like, it might be a little bit quiet and tame. We had the same person performing and the first scene, and he had like a trolley and then he did a shit, picks the shit up and throws it on the crowd. Luckily, we weren't sitting in that area.
Surely
it can't be real.
It
can't be real. It cannot be real because surely you'd die if someone threw their shit.
Yeah, you could not.
It was a huge shit as well. Anyways, threw it on the crowd and then it comes back for a scene later. That's when he gets naked and he smashes a mirror and gets the glass, turns around, bends over and starts shoving it up his ass. And all this
the PG version then.
Yeah, I'm still traumatized by this because I know it's a stunt. I'm just like, whatever, it wasn't real, it's a stunt. But I still think about it to this day. How the fuck did they do that stunt? Because it did have like blood coming out everywhere. But it was obviously a stunt.
I don't know, something seems a little bit off.
But like, I can't go to sleep years and years. It's like 3, 4, 5 years later. I don't even know how many, but that's still,
it is
I see it in
like an experience. And honestly, I think everyone should go just to know, but it's scarring.
Yeah, it is.
Would you go back?
I would go back, but I'm definitely going to be turning around when that person comes back on stage because at that point, I was like, I think I like girls now because like whatever I saw coming out of this man's ass, I was like, not for me.
No.
But, oh my gosh, and there's so many stairs and I fell for the first time in a club. I've never fallen in a club and I crash landed.
Oh my God.
On my knees. And I was like, great, I'm taking part of the box home with me.
Time to go, yeah.
Lucky there's no phones allowed in there. No one had it on film.
Well, they let us keep our phones, but we weren't allowed to film though, because like there's like this person that holds like a laser, and he would like point out if you ever take your phone out.
Oh, really?
So it was like crazy, yeah.
Wild times. Look at that. London is wild.
Like that's the thing I love about London. There's just so much going on, and it's almost like if you live in Australia, you're sacrificing a career if you want to be in this industry because it's very limited.
I 100% feel that.
And it's like different states as well. Like a lot of the stuff that happens here is in London. Most of the UK, you can just travel down there sort of thing. But I just feel like over in Australia, like I think we were in Sydney and got invited to an event in Melbourne and I was like, it's just a bit long, like catching a flight and going over.
Yeah, because it's all separated.
Yeah, but like it's not too bad like going Melbourne, Sydney. I feel like if I had to go to Perth then I'd be like,
I've never been to Perth.
Neither have I. I'm like, sorry, flying 6 hours on a plane to get to the other side of Australia does not interest me.
I've just got no desire.
No desire.
I'm pretty sure it's really beautiful. And I've heard
great things. And I do have like friends that are there and like Afina's there. So I always wanted to go visit, but then I'm like, what a mission.
Too much of a mission.
To still be in Australia. All that travel time, still be in Australia.
Literally, I say that's a mission, yet I'll travel 24 hours to London or Australia, but Perth is just too far.
But that makes more sense.
Yeah.
Did you meet anyone at the event? Do you know many UK influencers or?
I didn't like no one that I recognized. I did watch a lot of reality television, like especially like UK. Like I loved like X on the Beach and stuff like that, like Geordie Shore. So I feel like there's some that I'm quite across, but like the others not so much.
Yeah. What would you say the difference is between the Australian influencer scene and the London, England, UK reality TV scene?
One really big difference is I was out. I caught up with a couple of people in London, and one of them's like an agent, and she was like to me, "Oh, if you want any work done, let me know. I've got like Botox girl, lip filler, da da da." And I'm like, this is so funny because like it's in Australia, people might get themselves like tidied up and everything, but any kind of cosmetic procedures or enhancements were condemned in the comments. Like I got absolutely ripped apart for having lip fillers.
In Australia?
Yeah, in Australia. Like my sister had a whole article come out on Daily Mail when she came on because the Australian audience value natural, UK don't. So when I go to events here, it's like I've never seen so many BBLs in my life. And it was funny, even when I went to this workout event, it was Reformer Pilates, and I'm a Pilates girl. And it was so low intensity. Apparently it's the high intensity one here because they don't go too hard in workouts in the UK in comparison to Australia. And it's just so funny because all these girls look so in shape, but none of them had worked out doing Pilates before. No one knew what they were doing because everyone's like just, gets a little bit taken out here, a little bit put there because they look like gym girls, but they weren't. And you're just like, we don't really have too much. I feel like I'm probably one of the few that have like fake boobs. It's not that common unless you're like, I feel like OnlyFans are more like, and they get associated with being trashy. So when you have cosmetic procedures, you kind of touch on the trashy category in Australia, where here it's so normal.
Everyone does it.
Yeah.
Everyone does it.
I actually love that about England, that it's so normalised, because I actually do relate to what you're saying here, because when I was in Australia, I had blonde hair and fake boobs, and literally everyone's just like, she's so fake, and always coming at my looks. And at that point in time, like I literally had a tiny bit of Botox, and I had fake boobs, and apparently I was like the fakest person ever.
Yeah.
And people always trashing my looks. Whereas here, I just don't think anyone cares.
It's so annoying. I always get called like plastic or fake, and I'm thinking like, I'm not being funny, but like, other girls on my season had way more work done. Like they were actively going to get Botox, veneers, this, that. Like my lip filler is so vintage, and I was always getting called fake, I think maybe because I had fake boobs or plastic. And it's just weird. It's something that would be celebrated over in UK, but it's like condemned in Australia. And I feel like that's where there's a really big separation in our influencers. Like someone like Indy Clinton, for instance.
Yeah.
She was celebrated so much, and she's someone I look up to quite a bit because of her authenticity. She would go on camera, sleep deprived, hair like everywhere, and just show the unfiltered side of motherhood, which I loved. But she went and got her nose fixed because it was broken. And she was trolled so viciously. She couldn't be on her platform, suffered from all these mental health problems, and now has hired a PI to find her trolls and sue them because it was so out of hand.
Jesse's caught me up with all of this.
Like, imagine that. Imagine being so loved, but then because how dare you be unauthentic and go and get enhancement. I'm petrified to one day ever get my nose done because I'm thinking, what am I going to cop from the backlash from the audience if I do?
But it sounds like she was being very transparent.
She was.
Do you know what I mean? It's not like you do something and then you because I know people in the industry, like I'm very transparent if I get Botox because I got some done a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, is that why you're looking so fresh?
A little bit of salmon sperm as well.
But
like I would film that, put it on my socials because I would never say I've had nothing done.
Yeah.
But then I know like other boys who have had Botox and filler and different things like that, and you can physically see it, and they'll go, "Nah, I'd never do that.
That's
I'd never
I'm
do it."
so transparent. That people can ask me whatever I want. It's so funny when people think I've got Botox, but I'm like, did you not see all the faces I could pull on camera? Like I couldn't do that if I had Botox. But I'm like, if I choose to get Botox, if I choose to get my nose fixed, if I choose to get my teeth fixed or my nipples twisted, like that's like my prerogative, and I don't want to feel bad about it. But seeing what Indy Clinton went through, it makes me very apprehensive. But I want to be transparent. I'm never going to deny anything. I want people to be able to ask me questions. Like a lot of women say, like, where'd you get your boobs done, or how much filler do you have? And I'm like, that's fine. I'll answer those questions. But yeah, it's nasty that there's a big population that I guess do feel insecure, and they like when you stay relatable. And God forbid if you like try to like enhance yourself
100%.
or like if you start glamming up. So I think that's why it's always important that I show both sides on my social media, because I am like homeless chic for most of the time, but then you know, I love getting glam too.
Everyone loves getting glam at the end of the day. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like self-confidence as well. Like you're doing this for you. You're not doing it for anyone else or how other people are like looking in. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the most crazy thing.
Yeah, 100%. Do you feel like in Australia, because people have so much to say and so much input to influencers' lives, that impacts the whole influencer scene? I find like a lot of girls in Australia, I actually do know that have had loads of work. I know so many girls that have had really lovely, subtle, natural looking BBLs where you can barely even tell. However, they would never talk about that. Do you think that is a reason because people are so harsh?
You will cop a lot of backlash online. Like some people will value your transparency, and I've gotten a good response for the most part. But like, yeah, I've received so many nasty comments, and you can see that's definitely that is the general consensus that Australian public prefer natural. And I think they want to keep you like closer to relatability rather than being inspiring.
I think as well in Australia, Will isn't really familiar with this term, but tall poppy syndrome. Us Australians know exactly what this means, and Will be like, what is it? I'm like, oh my God, I'm so glad you don't know what it means. Tall poppy syndrome is essentially where when you start to get a little bit taller, people like to chop you down.
Yeah.
And I feel like if they can chop you down with like your looks, or, you know, if I'm wanting to get Botox to enhance myself, I'm feeling better about myself, they chop you back down and bring you back down.
No, actually, like not speaking about kind of like appearance and things like that, but when I went to a few events in Australia, I didn't like it because I didn't feel welcomed at all. Like I don't feel like people were giving me the time of day. Like and this was just like very like it was very social drinking. Like all I wanted to do was like talk to people, and do you know what I mean, and have fun. But it was very like you're not in our clique, you're not in our circle. I don't know who you are. I'm not talking to you.
Yeah, I do feel like I've had a very welcoming response in England. I feel like generally Australians are very nice people. However, I think there's a lot of stigma around reality TV people, and not from the general public. From the audience is amazing.
Yeah.
And the audience sees a value in us that industry people don't.
No, 100%. Like we went to one event. And
we're talking, when you say talking about events, it's not general public. We're talking about other people.
That's what I mean. I completely understand where you're coming from.
Half an hour, and I said to Jessie,
they just don't want to buy. They don't. They. It's almost like this stigma that you're just reality trash.
Yeah, and I was like, I said to Jessie, look, I'm actually not wasting my night or time here. Let's go, like, because this is actually just boring. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was like, it wasn't very. But I feel like here, everyone's like, good time. Let's have fun.
No, but they're so excited. But that's what the one thing. It's like it's hard because I feel like in Australia, I'm trying to prove myself. Like brands don't really want to work with you. It's like the biggest misconception that you come off reality TV and you're set up for life. Because in Australia, it's like reality TV like stars are becoming less and less valuable to brands. It's like you need to prove yourself, and then brands might give you the time of day.
It's so interesting.
And then here, like people treat you like a real celebrity.
Yeah.
They're like, oh my gosh. And like, what do you mean? Like, you know, brands aren't working with you. What do you mean you're not doing this and this and this? And it's just like, they just don't see your worth. It's the general public that value you and treat you like a celebrity. But in Australia, it's like it's almost like old money versus new money kind of vibe.
Jessie did say that.
I did warn Will
because
I was like, I'm scared to go to Australia.
Yeah, Jessie was like, you know, people don't like reality TV, that you've got a social platform because of reality TV. And I'm like, what do you mean? Like, here, everyone loves watching you, and they've like felt like they come on that journey with you, and it's so amazing. Like, and like even it like within the influencer scene, everyone watches it. Like, I'm watching Love Island UK at the moment, and I'm going to see them at events, and I know I'm going to see them at events, and I'm going to be like welcome and be like, oh my god, like you did this or did that. Like, it's fun. It's like a family sort of thing.
Yeah.
But I do feel like in Australia, other influencers do kind of put their nose down to us. And I think I do understand, like, our content is not aesthetic. We don't have aesthetic feeds and we don't make beautiful content. But I just don't really see that as a reason to like exclude us. But
I get like the one thing I don't like going to influencer events. I'm going to put it out there.
Me neither. Really.
I'm way more like just down to earth. I'd rather be spending my time with people I care about, like, to put it simple.
yeah.
But one thing I really don't like about influencer events, so like there's like, again, higher up events where you meet people that aren't reality TV stars that, again, look down at you. Or you go to influencer events where it's like micro-influencers or something like that who, one, think they're like God's gift, but two, like that just want to get a photo with you or talk to you because of who you are.
Yeah.
And I hate that. I hate that transactional feeling, or just being in a room with people that only give a damn about me because I'm someone.
It's like that Black Mirror episode where you almost have like the number of followers above your head.
It kind of feels like that. And that's the thing. Like, some people will come up to me like, oh, can I get a photo? Or like they ask me a million questions, but they'll be like, so did you end up with your husband? I'm like, okay, so you don't even watch, but you want the photo. You want to sit me down for an interview when it's like my time to just have a good time. And I'm like, I like the people I meet on the street or here and there that come up to me and they say the most beautiful things, and you're like, oh, these are the people I want to like give my time to.
Yeah, 100%.
Not someone that just sees a blue tick. Oh, she's famous. Let's get a photo, put it on my socials. I'm like, what?
Do you know what the worst is? Because we've had this before where I feel like when one person recognises you, then loads of people will start recognising you. But then sometimes people will come over because they're like, oh, what's going on? Like, who are you?
Yeah, I get that. I don't know who you are, but can I get a photo?
Oh my God, it's like the worst.
And then they'll literally ask me questions. Oh, what were you on? Oh, so how does it work? Did you love? I've had the most inappropriate questions asked me. Like, did that show fuck you up? Like, are you in therapy now? Like, how big's Dave's dick? Like, I've had people sit down at my table at a restaurant and cafe, like we'll literally just sit, and I'm like, I'm like, sometimes I feel like I'm a monkey or something that has to perform. And I'm like, I'm someone who's so approachable. I take photos, I speak to people, I hug children, like I do it all. I generally like meeting people, but some people are just like so rude, expect so much. They get like I'll be working, my radio will get ripped out from me, like because people like trying to grab me and pull me back and like do the, oh, can I have, like, I'm like, I've been having a panic attack once and like literally like crying and people trying to stop me for photos, and my sister's like pushing me away like, she's having a panic attack. Stop.
Yeah.
And you're just like, what is wrong with people?
I know, it's crazy. I feel like as well with social media, I've even had where people, like when we fresh come off the show, people that I've met before in Australia come up to us and talk to us like they haven't met me, but they're like reintroducing themselves. Then I see them like a year later and they just act like they don't know me again. I'm like, what the fuck? So
oh yeah, because when
weird.
you're like fresh and like then it's all of a sudden they're so nice and they're like, oh,
yeah,
I used to go to school with your sister. Like, do you remember? I'm like, no, I remember everyone who was nice to me before I went on TV, and I fuck with the same people. Like you can kind of see just how fake people can be, and all of a sudden they are liking your photos and this and that. I'm like,
I know, 100%.
I remember
everything.
We're lucky we've got each other, I feel like. I mean, with that comes the benefit of you do meet so many nice people in the street. Like I feel like that. I literally love, like you said, going through your DMs. I love the best part of our job is connecting with so many amazing people. But then
100%.
I guess what we just talked about is probably one of the negatives.
Yes.
So I saw that you went on to Lorraine.
I did.
How was
that was so cool.
She's lovely.
Yeah, Christine was amazing. That was a really big opportunity that came my way. I think I love those dynamics. Like I love being interviewed. I find it really easy. Like I don't get nervous or anything. And I'm like, I want to do more.
When you came off in Australia, did you do live television like that?
Yeah, so I did lots of like Today Show.
Love the Today Show.
Yeah, Today Show was good. Usually you do Today Extra, but I was the only person that got to do like the normal Today Show with Carl Stefanovic. And that
Slay.
I loved him, and he was such a me fan. I was like, stop. And then it was like, this when things with Elliot had just like came to press. And so he's like, yeah, we're like Elliot and Jamie fans in our house. He's doing this. And I'm like, oh my God, Elliot, maybe we should get together because like Carl wants us to be together.
Do it, Cole said.
Yeah, so on Lorraine, you did say that you're like you're like speaking.
Oh, I think I messed up so bad by going, because everyone's like, they're talking. I'm like, oh.
But it's just friends.
It's so it's like one of those situations like, yeah, right now we're just friends, but kind of like, so when we first like saw each other in Sydney to watch the reunion episode, that I had not spoken to any other guy because I didn't want anyone to know I was single, because like mine and Dave's story was a really big one, and we did make it to the end, and me rocking up to reunion solo, that was a surprise, I guess. Yeah. So I didn't want anyone to know. So I was like so excited to go to Sydney. I'm like, going to be my single era. And then Ellie and I, like, we haven't really spent time where you're not with your husband or wife. Like, we were speaking quite a bit on the phone leading up to Sydney, but that was like, we were like hardcore flirting. Like, it was just kind of like throwing ourselves at each other. Like, we stayed up one night, was speaking to 4 a.m. Like, again, nothing happened. But then like the next night, I remember my makeup artist was like to me, you had him in your room and you did nothing about it. I'm like, should I be doing something about it? And I was like so confused. Like, I think we both weren't each other's types physically, but we just have this like banter and friendship that's like so natural and organic. And so like that night we made out, and then he was like, oh, you got to come to Gold Coast and visit me.
That's where Elliot's from, Gold Coast.
Yeah.
Where's Gold Coast again?
In Queensland.
Up the...
It's like top
right. Top right. I'm from, isn't it? Top right?
Like East Coast. So yeah.
I'm familiarising myself with the Aussie.
Yeah, pretty good. We happened to have a public appearance all booked in Queensland. So I called the agency that was organising it and I was like, can you fly me up earlier? And then they're like, okay, but like, because I actually cancelled this appearance, and they said, why don't you rebook it? Because then like it's easy, they'll pay for your flights and stuff. Yeah. And then so they're like, oh, but we don't have any budget for accommodation because we already booked the rooms. I'm like, I'll stay with Elliot.
That's okay.
And then she's like, okay, because I'm reading an article online that something's going on. So am I right to assume? I'm like, I'm going to find out when I go to Gold Coast. And we had such a good time, and it started to go romantic. Like, things were happening. Everyone is always asking what things have happened.
Oh my God, I saw that interview you did with the Daily Mail. And then like it just started and he was like, right, did you two have sex?
Yeah, it was like it jumped straight into it. Obviously, like it's like you don't just really come out to and be like, yeah, we're like fucking.
We're having sex.
I mean, like, yeah, it's like we've had an intimate relationship. Again, there's so much good in what we what we have, but we both were like, I'm not ready to be in a relationship. I'm not ready to be in a relationship. Because as much as like, yes, I'd love to settle down and have children, I went on MAFS for that reason. I also like came out of a relationship and so many things were coming up like with Elliot where like something would happen, then I'd feel really insecure or rejected, and all these like, it's like the pain Dave inflicted onto me was now getting thrown onto Elliot.
Yeah.
And so you go, oof, I've still got healing to do. And then you go, oh, it's complicated having an intimate relationship. Okay, let's just focus on friendship. Because it's like every time it went romantic, it's when we would argue and it'd be complicated because we are in different states. We don't know if we're completely right. It's just like, I think it's confusing because the whole internet's going, this is it. This is your love story. I get so messages like, I was best friends with my husband too. And then you go like, shit. And I'm like, fuck, we have so much fun together. Is there something? But then like, yeah, we do clash emotionally. And I think it would be a mess if we did get in something now because like I said, things come up for both of us. And then like, we don't want to lose each other because we're like besties.
What's your best piece of advice if people are like, let's say friends, like, because it seems like you guys have handled it in like a really good way. Like you're not falling out over the situation where I feel like if you're friends, like the biggest thing would be actually losing that friendship when taking it romantic.
And some people can't deal. It's either all or nothing, like I have you or you don't have me as a friend type thing, which I don't really like that type of attitude. But you guys seem to have managed this so well and still have such a strong friendship.
It is hard. Like, I think we're lucky we had a lot of self-awareness around it because we could both look and be like, this is not going to work if we get into something. But I remember one time I said, I think we need to put a pause on intimacy and everything like that because I feel like if we keep doing this, we're going to lose a friendship. And your friendship means so much. Like, I call him every single day.
Yeah.
Like, I was thinking, like, if I lose this man, like, I will be way more devastated than if I tried to make something work and then like.
It's all about timing as well.
It is timing, but I do think that there's certain things I'd want in a relationship that would be different to Elliot. But at the same time, like, I don't know if we could end up together.
You guys are really cute. I'm sorry. The more you talk about it, I was like, oh, that's kind of cute. Like, it's really nice that you can call him and have open-hearted discussions because I do feel as though a lot of women lack that in a relationship, actually having that friendship with the person they're dating. It's so important.
I think that's why it gets confusing because I'd be like, oh, like we tell each other everything. We're we speak to each other the most out of everyone. You're like, oh shit, like should we be together?
Yeah.
And you're like, but then I think I'm a very like intense, hardcore lover girl, and I feel like he's a lot more demure in that sense.
Demure.
I mean, great things take time as well. Like whether it remains a friendship or one day blossoms into a relationship, at the moment you do have something really amazing. Yeah. And you guys are going through something that is really difficult. Coming out of a TV show and being in a public relationship is crazy. It's crazy intense, let alone being in a public, I don't know what we are, ship, where the whole public thinks you're in a relationship and they want you to be in a relationship, yet you're still trying to figure that out. I don't think many people could say they're actually in your situation and navigating all of that.
Because so many people are involved, and like, let's say it doesn't work out. You won't want to put yourself in a situation where people are like, like Elliot's right or you're right or things like that. Like too many people it seems like would be involved.
We were pretty lucky. We thought about that a lot early on because we didn't expect it to be so public so soon because when I went to Queensland, that was supposed to be private. We actually had paparazzi like find Elliot's home address online on like homeowners organisation, whatever it is, online, camp outside. Like his neighbours were writing like fan mail to us and said we spoke to the man that was like outside the house, and like because all these photos were coming up outside of his home, we were actually followed by him in an Uber. Like the Uber driver was like, yep. So it was so intense. And before we had time to really think about it, everyone was like, yeah, we ship this.
Yeah.
And then like people question, is it publicity? Then people like, there's a lot more pressure, and it was like, no, it's like this not publicity. And we actually like. We're in a position where people wanted to pay us like really good money to kiss in front of a camera, but we thought
money's tempting.
Don't get me wrong. Like, you know, like a lot of people do make money by going to magazines, giving them like the kiss shot because that's why Paps are following us. They wanted the kiss shot.
Yeah.
And we were like, if we do that, one, it feels inauthentic, but two, it also puts a pressure on us to be in a relationship and we don't know if we're in one yet. So we always turn down, I guess, like paid opportunities, but like this way feels much more authentic to us. Like we've said, this is what's going on. We've been transparent, but like we're not together. Just like
the Paps are scary. I remember when we first came to Australia, like they somehow found like the walk me and Jessie went on every morning. It was really weird, and then we're like hiding in the bushes and jumped out and went catch up. And I was like,
looked awful as well.
It was like weird as fuck, and I was like, how on earth did they know? Because this is right by Jessie.
Is this in Sydney?
In Sydney,
yeah. Because like we don't really have too many Paps in Melbourne. Like you'd have to call them.
That's crazy, calling a pap. I remember the first time we got papped, I was actually scared. My friend was like, what the fuck are you doing? I was like, babe, it's because we went on Love Island. Like,
yeah, it was nuts. And I vaped at the time as well, and I had my vape out, and I was like,
I know you're another vape.
I think it's wide. I think I had one, like that's a thing. So I've never called the Paps. I remember Daily Mail called Ellie and I, and they're like, you went to Movie World, you didn't tell us, we could have had control of the article. I'm like, what are you talking about? They're like, the Paps were there and they've got all these photos. I'm like,
wow.
I'm like, but we didn't tell the Paps. Like, why would we tell the freaking Paps?
I know.
And they've got all these couple shots, and I'm like, because they like, I think it's like pretty much like as soon as you do something through an agent, like it's just kind of all becomes public knowledge.
Yeah.
But yeah, like even in Melbourne, the only time I've been like caught by a pap, they knew I had a Channel 9 like Today Show interview and they were waiting for me downstairs. But aside from that, I used to always say to people, I don't call paps because try find any photos of me anywhere. Like it's only where there's been like paps already set up. But I'm like, I've never called the pub. I don't think people care if I'm sitting outside having a coffee somewhere.
I feel like MAFS, I feel as though a few MAFS casts do have a bit of like a stigma for calling the paps and arranging things. I think this is a very common thing. I've seen some beef online between two MAFS couples, Jacqui and Clint and Billy and Awhina. I don't know what the beef is, but I think one of them's calling it like a stage relationship and whatnot. Do you get involved in any of this drama?
I don't get involved in any of the drama because it's so not worth it. I've always said just don't take it public. Like we've thrown a little bit of shade.
Yours was very comical though and creative.
Yeah, like I've like we threw a bit of shade. Like I said, like, oh, Bessie's so hard they blocked us both. Like I've done that before. But like I don't really call people
out. It's not that deep. That's like I don't like I could literally drag Veronica, Lauren, like anyone that I've beefed with. I could go after my ex-husband, but I'm like I don't see the point in that. Like I don't have an interest in starting online beef. And I've said to everyone, if you've got a problem with me, message me. Like let's be private. As soon as we start commenting on things, as soon as we start calling people out on stories, it becomes public. Yeah.
And then it's this mess.
But do you think people like it public?
I think some people like the feeling of being supported by the audience. Like I guess when you like go online and you show that, you know, you're like
I feel like some people like the clout because it gets some more clout, doesn't it? Like beefing does get more clout.
I think it's terrifying.
It's not the clout I want though.
No, but I'm not saying you, but some people.
No, but that's the thing. I think a lot of people do. It creates like maybe more relevance, gets them an article.
Dopamine or something they must get from
it. But like
it's
just like the thing I've learned is silence is so important. As much as you want to react in the moment because you're frustrated, sit and that feeling will pass you and then you'll be like, thank God I didn't do it.
I don't think I'll do I do anything public if I had a problem with someone. I just don't think I've got it in me.
No, if somebody beefed me publicly, I'd probably just DM them. And if they didn't like the DM or whatever, I would just back away.
Unless if someone beefed me, I would actually get on Misfits Boxing and we can box. Have you heard of Misfit Boxing?
No.
Oh, it's just like this
really
influencer boxing thing where like influencers box each other.
It's wild. It's really popular as well. Like Tommy Fury did it.
Yeah, like huge people do
Curtis
it.
is doing it at the moment. Can you imagine Will like on a boxing match?
I think would not be good in a boxing match.
I'd be wacky like calling people out as well.
I could like throw hands in a club, but I don't think in a ring.
I couldn't do either. I'd just be like, what are you actually doing?
I'd be like, oh, like no. I'm just like
I think I'd win, personally.
I'm no contact. I'm more of a verbal sparrer. But like I like to address things in person. That's what I mean. Like if we all sat down at a dinner party, I'd be like, yep, I don't like you, fuck you. But like if I don't see that person, then I don't care to like give them any airtime on my profile.
It takes so 100%. Much energy to be negative, especially publicly.
Yeah. There's so much good. You've got so many good relationships. Like I'd rather, if I had an issue with someone, we're all close enough where we can reach out and be like, can you not do that? Can you not say that?
How do you find if people were talking about you publicly and you didn't want to engage in it? What would you do in those situations? Say, for example, with this beef that I'm seeing it's a very back and forth that I'm seeing between these two MAFS couples. But like, how would you shut it down if someone kind of came at you and you didn't want a bar of it?
I mean, like you can choose to ignore, you can contact person directly. I mean, if it's someone I don't want to speak to, like I probably would ignore. Maybe you can throw a bit of shade, but it honestly depends on the situation. I think in Jacqui and Clint and Billy and Awhina's case, so Jacqui and Clint were the couple that weren't matched with each other, ended up with each other. They got engaged. When they got engaged, some people questioned the legitimacy of their engagement, Awhina being one of them. Now Awhina's essentially gotten backlash online because her and Billy, people assumed they were together. They did do some magazine spreads, so it kind of made it look even more so that they were together. Even though they'd said that they were just friends, it kind of was misleading. And so Jacqui's entered the chat going, you said my relationship was for PR, but look at what you've just done. Because, Billy got done kissing someone else. And so everyone's like, oh, so they're definitely not together. And then it just blew up. So I understand where Jacqui's coming from, because if you question the legitimacy of my relationship, and then even though Fina didn't say she was with Billy, it was misleading. And so like stones are being thrown, and they already didn't like each other.
Okay, yeah. I feel like that gets messy. I feel like the most we've ever done is done like a half little salty TikTok that's just relevant to a trend.
Yeah, look, I don't mind throwing shade, but sometimes, you got to be careful, because you could be like, oh, yeah, like, oh, he's such a cheater, da-da-da-da. But then if you go and cheat in the future, you best believe that person's going to throw it back in your face. So like glass houses.
I just stay out of it.
That's why you just look the look. You don't say nothing.
Yeah.
Live our own lives.
Yeah, I mean, like for me as well, like even like you have opportunities to go on podcasts or do like media stuff. Like I feel like that's when you can share your point of view. But I feel like when you've got to like take it to social.
Is there anyone you want to call out while you're here then?
Oh, where do I start? Do you know what's actually funny? You know, you said about calling the paps. I remember, so when you're filming MAFS, you cannot speak to any press. It's a big no-no in your contract. Of course, everyone did. I didn't, because I was
remember this.
Such a goody two-shoes. And I remember the day the wall punching incident happened, we were going to sneakily catch up with Paul, Karina, and Brie and Jeff. And me and Dave were meeting them. And we got a message just before we got there saying, oh, the paps are here. And I was furious. Yeah. Because I'm like, how dare you guys call the paps, tell them where we're going to be. You know, they all speak to the network. I'm like, I'm doing something sneaky. I didn't even want to go catch up because I was so worried that can't catch up with other contestants. Yeah. Big no-no. I was so worried we're going to get caught out. And I'm like, that feels like I can't trust you. If you need to call the paps,
100%,
get photos. You haven't asked me first. So I was really pissed off. I said, Dave, there's absolutely no chance we're seeing Paul and Karina today. They've called the paps on us. Like, I can't trust them. I don't want to be seen with them right now. I'm like, we're going to go do our own thing.
So who texted you that the paps were there?
So Paul actually messaged saying, oh, by the way, paps are here.
Oh, I see.
But like they didn't give us a heads up. They didn't say, hey, is it okay? And I was like, that really shits me, because everyone knows that I was really like conscious about not talking to paps following my contract. So luckily we didn't go, and we missed the whole like wall punching debacle. Like we removed ourselves, we went to the museum, mind our own business, and like, because that would have been really, really messy.
Yeah. No, and I feel like with you say it how it is, you're very direct, and you have managed to stay out of the drama, even though people would love to have beef with you, because let's be honest, you are the most popular from your season. People thrive off that beef.
Nah.
But then
I would hate to beef with me. Like, I'd destroy anyone. Like, I would hate it.
But look at you. You're in London on the other side of the world, focusing on yourself and your own career instead of trying to bring other people down, which I just think it just speaks volumes, and it shows this is why you are so successful, because you're focused on yourself. You know that you're amazing. You don't need this fake clout to make you any better.
No, 100%. I think that's like a lesson for everyone. Like, the more you focus on negativity online, I swear to God, it multiplies. Mm-hmm. When you're focused on the negative comments and this and that, or like retaliating back to comments, like it makes it more negative. Like most people I block. I just go, see you later.
Same.
And then if I can have fun with it, then I'll have fun with it. So like some people, like I can laugh back and I can post on my story, but like aside from that, I'd rather focus on all the good, because the good outweighs the bad.
100%, yeah.
Severely outweighs the bad.
Well, even you look at a video, Will getting Botox the other day is a good example of it. Will got Botox the other day, and he probably got like, I don't know, 20 bad comments, people just being like, why would you do that?
That's me raising my eyebrows, by the way.
Even though so many men get Botox, Will's just being honest with it. But then the video had like 20,000 likes. I'm like, Will, you've got 20,000 people clicking like, agreeing with you, and then you got 20 people just being negative Nellies. Like 20,000 versus 20.
No, that's the thing. Like, that's when people comment, they'll comment the most nasty thing, and they'll make you feel like, oh, okay, like the whole video is a no. But then you look at the likes, and you're like, actually, I've got all this support, and most of the comments are really great. And you're like, you can sit there and focus on that. You can sit there and focus on beefs and this and that, or just go, I'm going to use my platform for good. I'm going to focus in, stay in my lane, do my thing. And that's exactly like what I'm doing. That's my survival mode.
No, definitely.
Yeah, the good outweighs the bad.
Have you been keeping up with Love Island UK?
No.
Did you watch any Love Island?
I haven't watched Love Island since there was like a beauty queen on there who got like decrowned after she had like been intimate with someone on there. That was like many
Was
That
this
would've
UK
been
or
many.
Australia?
UK.
That would have been
Wow.
many. Oh, we will skip over that then because there's like loads of things like with how like the boys treating the girls. So Woman Aid actually had to speak out on it. So the boys are treating the girls really, really bad.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I just wanted to get your
I will
thoughts on that.
say, like from the UK reality television I've seen, the things that the men say are really harsh. Like I would feel so like I'd be nervous to do certain television, especially like Love Island, where I feel like it is quite aesthetics driven. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like I've seen like the starts of like seasons where it's like girls standing and the guy picks based on like aesthetic. And I'm just like, imagine like watching someone talk on camera being like, oh, her face is clapped.
I know.
And I'd be like, that would make me feel so bad about myself knowing people would talk about me in that way. Like I didn't even do the photo ranking challenge on MAFS because I hate being judged by aesthetics or judging others because it would make someone feel bad.
The US is actually really bad. The hate that the girls got just from not actually inside the villa, but the people watching it. And it was going like mega viral because the US is actually doing really, really well.
Yeah,
Like-
because all I hear is, I'm a mommy, mamacita.
Mamacita.
I'm like, shit, do I have to watch it? Because I'm like, am I missing out?
I
Everyone
haven't
says
seen
the
it.
US one is so good this
I
year.
know.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
We didn't
but
watch it.
It's like mega viral. But then like I remember there was like this 21-year-old who went on who was blonde and she had some like, I don't know, she had like lip filler and things like that. But it was like this viral clip of people just pointing out what she had done and her flaws and things like that. And it went like viral. It had like 900k likes, the video did. And I know the trolling in America got really bad for
It's so
for
bad. It's so bad and no one prepares you for it. But I'm like, thank God people liked me. So I feel like a lot of people backed off with attacking me.
That's what I felt like when I went on there. I was like,
Because-
I like that now.
Yeah, because if they don't like you, then they're going to be vicious. But when people like you, then they're like, oh, you're beautiful, Jamie, don't listen to anyone else. But like, if I was like an asshole, then you best believe like they would rip everything about me.
Yeah.
For sure.
Oh, 100%. When I went on Love Island Australia, I'd never done reality TV before and I was nervous, but then kind of like knowing what it's like coming off a reality TV show, facing the online trolls and everything. When I went on Love Island UK, I was so fucking nervous. Like I thought doing reality TV for the second time, I wouldn't be as nervous, but I just knew like UK press and because it's so much bigger in the UK, I was like terrified.
How did you find it? Like comparing both audiences.
I personally love the UK audience. I feel like I love how much like the UK love Love Island. I think everyone's so nice and when I walk down the street and people come up to me, it's like they know me and I just have a discussion with them like I know them back because they just come up and have such nice chats and everyone's quite...
Yeah, because we share so much like on TikTok, like everything we do, they'll be like, oh my God, like how is this that you did that the other day? And it's just like, oh my God, like it's so weird because it's like a random person.
No, but it's like, it's so cool like how people are so invested.
It's
like
really nice.
If I don't post a story for a day, like people will be like,
are you okay?
Yeah, you okay?
Like,
Are you
what's
okay?
happening?
I miss your content. I look forward to seeing your stories every day. And you're like, oh my God, my story? Me?
Yeah.
And you're like, it's so cool. And one thing I noticed actually, people in UK, it's like they're so mindful of your time. Like no one asks to take photos. It's really random if someone does. They'll be like, I just want to tell you I really like you.
Yes,
Like,
people do that.
sorry to interrupt. And they're so like apologetic. I'm like, oh, you can take the photo. I feel like in Australia though, they're like, I want to sit down, have a chat, take your photo. Can you send a video to my husband?
Yeah.
It's like this whole interaction.
Have you
But
got
here
on
it's like they're like
the FaceTime.
I've done a few FaceTimes.
Yeah, but they just go, say hello. And you're like, hi.
I've done FaceTimes. People will DM me as well. Like, can you make this video? Can you make this video? Which like, yeah, I'll send videos. That's fine. I did get a really weird one the other day. Someone's like, can you do a video for my child? But like, can you do it when you're out somewhere pretty? I've got a brief and everything.
Excuse me?
Out somewhere pretty. I'm like, what did you?
Can you say
I'm like,
this, and this?
I'm like, what the hell is that? So like, I'm not good enough just in my hotel room. I'm like, well, now I don't want to do it. Because I'm like, when am I going to remember to take a video for you and your child when I'm out enjoying myself at a restaurant?
Yeah, so instead of traveling, you're going to walk around London and be like, where's the pretty spot to do this?
Yeah, I need like something like no graffiti. Like, crazy. Yeah, that's like, it's when people become like demanding. It just like, I don't like that.
Well, I asked someone if they wanted a photo once, because when we first came off, everyone was getting photos. And then like loads of people would message and be like, oh my God, I saw you and like spoke to you, but I was too scared to ask for a photo. So I was like, I'll just make it easier if people feel uncomfortable.
Oh my gosh, no, I've done that and they've said no.
And then they've gone, no, why would I want a photo with you? And I've just crawled up in a ball inside of me.
I did that one time and I'm not doing that again.
I walked off and I was like, who do I think I am? Like, who do I actually think I am? I can't believe I've done that.
I get that all the time. They're like, I wish I asked for a photo.
Yeah.
And then
they
thought,
like stand and look at you.
Like people are just apprehensive to ask. So I try to make them feel comfortable. I did it one time, like, so did you want a photo? And they're like, oh, no, I'm good. And then it makes you feel
so
bad. And you're like, who do I think I am? I'm not a celebrity. Stop.
Oh my God. I like walked off and I had to like look at myself in the mirror when I get home and I'm like, who are you? Like, why do you think you're him? Like, you're not him.
No, you're not it. You're not fetch. Just stop.
I know. And I was just like, never again.
Yeah,
and
never.
I will just get the messages and never ask that question again. I won't.
I was like, you should ask next time.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to.
Yeah, I know. It made me cringe inside.
Would you ever do a UK reality TV show? Don't let what I just said put you off, because I was pleasantly surprised when I came off the show. I didn't have to be nervous the way I was. Everyone was so lovely. So would you do a UK reality show?
I definitely would do UK reality show. Like,
I don't feel like we've got as many though. I feel like there's loads in Australia or...
No, Celebs Go Dating.
Oh, yeah.
If you're a casting director, Celebs Go Dating.
I could do Celebs Go Dating.
Yes.
Celebs Go Dating would actually be a good one.
Yeah.
But I feel like we don't have that many.
Do you think if you did Celebs Go Dating, Elliot would get jealous? It's a cheeky question, sorry. Sorry.
I could only hope he gets jealous. So you want every man to be jealous?
Exactly.
I would love that. Like, Elliot's quite like a cool and collected person, but at the same time, like, I haven't been with anyone else but Elliot since Dave. So he's kind of had all my time. I don't know what would happen I wouldn't like her if he met someone else. I wouldn't like her.
It would be interesting.
I'd be like, that's mine.
Is it giving like real life Love Island where you need the tests?
Yeah, it's like kind of that. Yeah, I think even though like I'm not ready to get into a relationship with him, like I'm so used to being like the main person in his life, I think naturally I'd be like, oh, who is this person?
Who is she?
I think it's a very natural response.
What was wrong with me?
Yeah.
I think that's when I start thinking about that. I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait a dang minute.
Hold up.
But yeah, I mean, ideally, hopefully, if we're not together, I would hopefully be the person that finds someone first.
Fingers crossed.
Because I'm like, I would rather be in that position. I love any man to be jealous.
But then I feel like jealousy.
I want Dave to be like punching air. I want every person I've ever been with to like want to throw a desk out a window.
But I feel like there's
appreciate me, bitches.
two type of jealous. Like there's actually really like ugly jealousy, but then there's like a good amount of jealousy.
Sometimes jealousy can be a little hot. Like
I like when
it's
they
like, oh, you like me that much then.
Yeah.
I remember the first time you got jealous. But we're not going to talk about it because we actually had a mini argument about it. But after the argument, I was like, oh, it's kind of hot.
No, it's. I remember when I was filming MAFS, we had a challenge come up and it was like, show each other a picture of your ex. And they said, if you both feel comfortable. And like, I was like, look, I don't really want to see your ex, but I'm happy to see her. But like, I'm like, yeah, like, I don't care. And then he was like, nah, he did not want to see my ex at all. And I remember being like, and Dave was so chill. This is the first time he was like, no, like, and I was like, you care about me.
Yeah.
You like me. And I remember being like so fucking chuffed because I'm like, I love that. When they're not causing a scene, they're not creating this massive argument, but they're like,
when you can tell that they're jealous but not being nasty about it.
I think every woman wants to see a little bit of jealousy from someone because like jealousy should only exist when you're not in a relationship. And that's what I always say. Like I can be super possessive. Like I know I'd be probably a nightmare if Elliot goes and starts dating someone else because I'd be like, mine.
Yeah.
But like that's all because like you don't have security. So like yeah, if we're out together, don't get me wrong, like there's certain women I've come between Elliot and her, even though he's not interested, but like girls don't know that, you know, like
I'm the owner of this
but
house.
I'm like, it's not in front of me. You're not touching that, man. I'm like, when I've left, whatever, free game, but not in front of me. But like, I am like that. I'll be more possessive because again, there's no security. Like we're not together. Like, so when we were exploring things and you're this uncertainty, like you become more jealous and possessive.
100%.
Yeah. As long as it's not messy, ugly, or mean, it just shows that you care. Yeah. Like, a little bit of jealousy is a little hot.
I think every man loves her. I think he was pretty feeling pretty good about himself. He's like,
ego through the roof.
Just gonna knock this bitch out in the club for me.
And that's the romance.
It's romance. Oh, it's good chat.
Yeah, that was really good chat.
Is there anything that you want to talk about particularly before we end?
We talked about my nipples being twisted, so I think I'm pretty good.
Okay, and on that note, we'll end it. Thank you so much for listening. It's been an absolute pleasure, and I hope you really do enjoy the rest of London.
We love London, baby.
Yes, thank you so much for coming, and I hope we're going to see you in Australia. We're going to have a Melbourne night out.
I'm going to Revs. We're going to Revs.
I
want to do the
full experience.
the sunrise. I want it to be light in there, and I want to be a chicken. I want to be a chicken plucking around.
You will definitely
in my
feel like
coop.
a chicken if you're there at sunrise.
But that's all we've got time for today. Thank you so much for listening. Remember, while you're here, click that like, subscribe button, show us the love, and we'll see you next week. Love ya. Bye.